Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hello, I'm Casey Wilson.
I'm Danielle Schneider. Welcome to Bitch Sesh. We're back from Chicago.
Back from the Windy City.
Yes, it was a beautiful city.
I loved it. I had so much fun.
Yeah, the great audiences, great people.
The audiences at both shows were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I was surprised because after the first show, everyone was so good, so nice. But they were like, they had themselves collected in a way that I hadn't expected.
They had like the dignity that surrounds the Midwest.
Yeah, but then in the second, they showed their true color.
And it was a shit show.
Yeah. I mean,
within literally 2 minutes of the show, someone was like, I slept with Shep.
It was great.
And I told a story that I didn't tell on the podcast because we didn't tape last week's show for a podcast.
Yeah.
But a girl came up to me at the ArcLight movie theater on Mother's Day out here, and she remains nameless. She was like a faceless just soldier that came up to me while I was like loading up on treats. And she just goes, totally normal, very cute little girl. And she goes, I slept with Shep. Just like sidles up to me.
There are more people in this world who have slept with Shep than haven't.
So many people have come up to me and like they'll be leaving an event and they're like, slept with Shep. And she's like, I just wanted you to know. And I was like, was he a giver? And she's like, no.
Yeah, I think that's
But
clear.
then the woman in Chicago begged to differ.
She said he wasn't selfish. I don't think he was quite a giver, but he
I don't
also
think he was selfless.
Yeah, he just was, I think, just like right down the line.
Yeah.
Like I think he gave when he was supposed to and took when he
and those women
necessary
gave to us by sharing their...
So like, again, when we say the second show was like a shit show, we mean it like in the best possible way, that they really like hooped and hollered.
I want to tell the one detail the girl said, but we said we weren't taping it.
That's right. I don't remember the detail.
Danielle. This is not about having to do with any sexuals. She shared that before their liaison, he played 2 screener episodes of upcoming episodes for her.
Southern
as foreplay. Yes. And that was tough. And I just, I hope she'll forgive me.
I appreciated that because like you want somebody to know your body of work before you lay with them. I appreciate that.
You know what, Danielle, you're right.
It's like you want them to know you in case they don't. You know, I just
before they know your body.
Before they know my body, let them know who I am.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
I want to just show them who I am, show them my truest self. And so, you know, if before a man, you know, lies with me, I show him an episode of, you know, that one line I had on an episode of like Love Incorporated, then that's what it's going to be. That's an episode that
you show a quick reel.
Well, there's not much there.
A 30-second reel.
So just usually like, Mr. Jennings will see you now. There's a lot of lines like that. I just want people to know. I show them. They're
like, that's a great show. I love that show. Was that on the air? I'm like, oh no, this is a pilot.
Not for air.
No, not for air. Or these were deleted scenes. A lot of my work is.
Or I would like to take them to a movie I was cut out of, and I don't even have this scene.
So many times, and I'm telling you, this happened a lot. I'll be on an airplane, see a movie I was in that I never saw, and I'm like, oh, I'll just like keep an eye out for my. Hey, there's the back of my head. Okay, I was cut.
Well, there's a movie that I saw and assumed I was in, and then turns out I was not in. Like I went there thinking, like, here's my scene, and then there wasn't my scene. It was Tom Hanks directed, and
wow, a scene I was cut out was Colin Hanks's. My first movie was with Colin Hanks.
Oh, mine was Tom Hanks directed, and I tried to improvise on set, and he wasn't having it.
Mr. Hanks said no.
Mr. Hanks said, "Next time we don't need all of that." Was his exact.
Well, then. Oh my God, the nicest man in Hollywood. Sounds like he really...
No, he really is. I drove him to a point where he had to get
brought Tom Hanks to the brink.
Yes, I did. And no one brings Tom Hanks to the brink.
And he's like, I will reward that surly woman with cutting her out.
Cut me out. Even the things that were written, that were scripted.
Oh, Danielle.
You know, it's not
he's
my
like,
proudest
I don't want to hear her improv or the lines that we have given her.
It was one of those things where I was like, if I don't try now, when am I going to try?
Sure.
It was like, this is Tom Hanks.
And it's the wrong instinct.
This is my moment. It was the wrong instinct because it was a selfish instinct and it didn't service the movie in any way, shape, or form.
Your line was like, here's your change, sir.
It was like I was just supposed to be at a garage sale. Like, here's the bike. And I went off on a bit of a tangent.
What movie was this, Danielle?
Oh, it was that one with Julia Roberts that Tom himself directed.
Larry Crown Affair.
Crown, yes. No, not Affair. That's the Thomas Crown.
Okay, I do remember And I wish I'd seen more of you and less of Julia's scarf from the poster, billowing as she rode behind him on a motorcycle.
The scene was with myself. Tom was directing, not in the scene. Myself, Cedric the entertainer, and Teresa.
He's like, let's leave the entertaining to Cedric.
Exactly. You're doing the opposite of Ms. Schneider. And then, and Teresa P. Henson. And also, Tom said to me when I was there, Tom said to me, he's like, because I thought, I was like, wow, I really impressed him with my audition tape. And I had auditioned for a few different, like, 1-line, 2-line parts. And he said to me,
Danielle, this is a horror story.
He said to me, you just auditioned for so many things. I figure I got to give her something. Guys, this is all going back.
This business is so brutal.
This is a tough business. Guys, don't enter into it.
Don't enter into it.
If you can avoid it. If it's not what you want, please don't. Even if it is what you want, turn away.
Well, I'm remembering when the first movie I did was The Great Buck Howard, which was a great movie. And Colin Hanks is the nicest guy ever. And he was in it and was my first scene on camera ever. And I'm driving a car with a large dog next to me. And it's one of those trailer cars where you're not really driving. And the director's in front of us. And then John Malkovich was in the back seat.
Oh.
And it was very hot. And I knew my lines, but not as well as you think you would if it was your first time acting. Like, I remember being like, I'm shaky on these. And because the director was in the trailer car in front of us, he couldn't yell to me. So we had this walkie-talkie. And for whatever reason, they set it up where the director gave the walkie-talkie to John Malkovich and he was relaying the notes to me.
Oh.
And I know everybody has a John Malkovich impression. I don't have one, but it was so tough. He'd be like, too big, too broad, bring it down. He's like, you skipped that line. And it was just a nightmare of an actor I revered. Just kept being like, again, too broad. It just...
And his cadence is pretty tough.
Yeah, what is his cadence? It's like...
Too broad.
Yeah.
Like really dead inside, so it feels worse coming from
And I
John
know he
Malkovich.
was the messenger, but it felt very hard to sit through. And I was cut out
Look,
of that picture.
Yeah, there are highs and lows.
Yeah.
A lot more lows than highs.
Well, speaking of motion pictures, a very quick update and an apology before we bring out our stunning guest.
Oh, guys, I'm so excited about this guest.
Our guest is...
You guys it's worth the wait.
Best in show.
Yeah.
So... Two apologies quickly. Last week, I let everyone in on a text chain that went on between Morgan Walsh and Danielle and I, in which I invited the girls to a movie. And subsequently, when it was revealed Danielle had already seen The Lovers.
A movie. Not you. You invited us to a movie. Let's all go see a movie. So it wasn't like you invited me to The Lovers. Okay.
Right. Just Danielle says, I've seen The Lovers. I said, we'd like to still see it without you. And that was hard, to write. I said, we will go.
Yeah,
to this one, even though you've seen it, we're going to release you from this invitation.
No, and Morgan had said, well, okay, since Danielle's seen this, why don't we see Wonder Woman?
And I had said, to Wonder Woman.
Still The Lovers, even though Danielle has seen that and she has not seen Wonder Woman.
Sometimes fate takes hold and The Lovers wasn't playing. It was, Morgan goes, let's see Wonder Woman. Now, look, I follow Boffo. Is that what it is? What do they call it?
I have no idea what Boffo is, Casey. That box office.
Yes, what do they call it?
Box office mojo?
No.
Big tomato?
Big old box office.
I don't know, Casey.
When they say something it's like a showbiz term, like Boffo. Oops. Like, guys, what is it?
Like Hollywood Reporter?
Guys.
Bonza?
Okay, here it is. Boffo is the first thing that's coming up is Boffo street food. But Boffo is like like huge box office. It was doing...
You mean like Mojo? Box office?
No. Guys, start Googling. It's big box office. What is it? Our guest can pipe in.
I think it is Boffo, isn't it?
What is it?
I think...
Should we just introduce our guest? Because
yes, our guest Bryan Safi is here.
Of Throwing Shade fame.
We need him to help explain Boffo.
Yeah, a very successful movie.
Yes!
Boffo. That's it.
But is that a website?
No, it's a phrase.
Oh, I thought you were like, you said I follow Boffo.
Well, I just mean like I know Boffo. I know of Boffo when it's happening.
Right, yeah.
And Boffo was.
You acted like Boffo was a thing, not like a just.
Oh, but don't even act like you guys. Then you should have been jarred by Boffo.
No, but that is right. It's Boffo,
It
but you did say I follow Boffo, which did take me down. I thought it was like an app.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yes, I know everything I said was wrong, and I'm
You're
just
still
glad.
mad at us.
I am mad at you guys. Guys, I know of Boffo, and I know that's not how the context you put it in when you say it, and I'm realizing that big time now, and I'm embarrassed. Look, in Hollywood,
Mailer
we say,
Damon.
yes, I was just thinking of that, except Boffo is, just would love the spelling on Boffo.
The spelling?
Yeah.
B-O-F-O. Oh, it's two F's.
Two F's. Oh.
Two F's. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a lot of Boffo, and I again don't think this is the right way to say it, surrounding Wonder Woman. So I was like, look, it's obviously a feminist movie. I'm not, what I meant last week, and I want to apologize to listeners because I was like, oh, I'm not interested in seeing it. I just meant I'm not an action person. I don't care for a Marvel, all of it. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I was wrong. I just didn't have my head in the Wonder Woman of it all. Mm-hmm. Like I fucking should have. It's one of the best movies I think I've ever seen.
I agree. I think it's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. And I was going
Genuinely.
in knowing I would like
Really?
it, but I did not expect. I mean, I felt like I cried like
I
3
cried?
or 4 times in this thing.
I laughed. Chris
Me
Pine.
too. He was so charming.
They
and
don't
funny.
make them like that anymore.
It was like he was like doing a full like Clark Kent style. He was just adorable, and funny, and she's great. And
He was channeling old movie stars.
Yeah.
He was even giving my favorite of all time, Matt Damon, a run for his money, which I can't believe I would ever
Completely.
say.
I mean, was he Clooney level of
beyond
Yes.
Danielle.
Wow.
And
Clooney
Danielle, I
level.
just wish you could have been invited
I
to
know.
have
I
seen
wish
it.
I could. I was. Can I say that Casey threw it out at the last minute yesterday, like 4:00 yesterday.
I said, I want you to know you are been re-invited.
and I said to her, "Sorry,
I can't make it.
I can't make it."
Yeah.
And look,
It was
Morgan
too
and I
late.
felt badly.
And you didn't say, you know what? Why don't we wait a day or two until you can make it? Since you've already made plans on the assumption that we were going to see the.
And I have
Lovers.
another confession because Morgan said I could do Thursday, and I blew right past
And guess
that.
what? I could have done Thursday.
I know.
I could do Thursday.
I'm like
easily.
a Ramona to your Bethany. I'm a bad friend.
Truly are.
Invited you to the movies, ended up seeing the very movie you wanted to see.
And could have seen.
And not only did you see it, it was also one of the best movies you
You've
ever saw in
ever
your
seen.
life.
And I
which
told
agree.
Morgan, other than seeing William Billy Joel at Dodger Stadium, it was the best 2 hours of my entire pregnancy. Wow. It was joyful. I cried. I laughed. I didn't
Yeah.
expect to laugh.
Me neither.
You laughed. What at what?
Morgan put it
Price?
best. There's like it's reminiscent of Splash at points.
Yeah, it's very.
Yes!
It's like characters with like idiosyncrasies. It's like
Guys, I have to see this
Because
What am
a woman
I waiting
directed
for?
it.
truly. And those battle
so
scenes, I have to
beautifully
say, like,
directed.
where you were just, it was so moving and so beautifully directed.
And have you ever given anything of a battle scene in your life?
Like the fact that I am saying I loved it. Like,
I know.
Never.
Watching
They
Robin
were
Wright
just
Penn
stunning.
fight with everything she had.
Robin Wright Penn is in it?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yes.
Ow, I just hurt myself.
Robin Wright Penn is in it. And that scene
Connie
where-
Nielsen.
where-
Connie
Connie Nielsen.
The bad guy is played by a girl.
Yeah.
And who's it? Who?
I don't know.
Beautiful unknown, but I believe she's
Is she a
known.
foreign?
She's international and
Okay.
very well known. Elena, I think is her name.
Is she German? She did it. She pulled it off very well.
I don't think she is because I did a very deep dive on everyone last night, and I've become obsessed with Gal Gadot in a way that is
By the way,
shocking.
the thing I like about her the least is that it's Gal Gadot.
Oh,
That's a
Wow.
disappointing experience.
not Godot.
I had no idea that she wasn't silent.
Because I went down the same road and I saw an interview with her on Jimmy Kimmel where he says Gal Gadot and she says a few
Is
times
she,
it's
is
Gadot.
she
It's
a
Gadot.
British or Australian
She's
lass?
Israeli.
She's Israeli.
Well, you
Yeah.
know I'm in there. What are we doing? A Jewish action
Oh, yeah.
gorgeous star?
Gorgeous star? You you've never sounded more.
Well, when my people come to success,
You're like, if I was a rich man.
Truly.
oh, guys, I cannot believe I was disinvited from this movie.
And I really apologize to you, Danielle. And I apologize to our listeners for even for a second acting as though there was hesitation to see it. I want to see it again. I'm taking my husband this weekend. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see it again. It's so good.
It's so good. And you have to see it in the big screen. Guys, there's reasons for the Boffo. Boffo doesn't lie.
Again, you're misusing that.
Boffo doesn't lie.
Experience. It truly defies any other Boffo. Like, you know what I mean?
And you
It's
know,
like the number one
when you're
Boffo.
going Boffo, you got to go Boffo.
Yeah.
You
Forget
can't-
about all the
or go
Boffo you've had before.
Go Boffo or go Boffo.
And if this movie doesn't do it and make everyone shut the fuck up about female directors, then nothing ever will.
It won't.
This
And
has
that is
got-
what you've said.
it's
That's
so
truth. Nothing ever will.
crazy. It's so crazy because they keep saying like, oh, after Bridesmaids, everyone was like, is this it? And then it was like, well, women can't do action. And then the Hunger Games explodes. And it's like, now though, right? And so this has it all. Like, shut up now. I hope
They'll
this is
never
it.
shut up.
Yeah,
They'll
they
never
won't.
shut
They're
up.
awful.
Or the Handmaid's. We're at the beginning of the Handmaid's
truly
Tale,
are.
and this is just going to
Yeah.
get worse.
Anyway.
More about Real Housewives.
Oh, wow. It's so moving and amazing. I was buzzing about it last night. I woke up on a high. I really feel, and I know it's the most cliche thing, I feel inspired by it.
Totally. No,
And then I
completely.
find out that Gal Gadot was pregnant while she shot
What?
that movie.
What?
Yes, you see me like lying in my own feces pregnant and just like, this woman is doing, I mean,
How
every
many
layer
months
of
was
it.
she?
Very early in her pregnancy, and then did reshoots
man.
at 5 months.
What?
I said to Morgan, what she's up to on that screen, she's funny, she's effortless, she's smart,
What have we
she's charming.
seen her in before?
She was in a Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
And then a couple other of the Marvels that also did
that's right. She
great
was in, like,
Boffo.
she was in Boffo, Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
But I didn't see that.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that. Wow.
Wow.
I will be seeing it hopefully on the big screen. I hope my one chance is not gone.
Well, and I realized I said I'm taking my husband this weekend.
I know, I heard it and I thought even the second showing and not an invite. Strange, hurtful, but we carry on.
Let's
Just
take
as
a
Gal Gadot did 5 months pregnant shooting and withstood hardships, I shall too journey on, soldier on, like Wonder Woman.
Let's take a break. Oh man, guys, we're back with
we
Bryan
are.
Safi, our guest.
And we're so, again, he is one of our favorites. He is a listener favorite. His podcast, Throwing Shade, and his TV show, Throwing Shade. If you guys have not seen it,
Please download, stream every single episode.
it's on
You're
TV
so sweet.
Land, but it is so
With
funny
Erin
and
Gibson.
smart and just the
That's
best.
her.
I had the pleasure of playing a homophobic chef.
Which, by the
So
way,
funny.
killed. Do you know that?
So
Do you know how well
funny.
that did? It did very, very well.
I appreciate that.
You
It
were
was so
incredible
much
in it.
fun.
It was really a funny bit.
The show
I
is so
thought.
funny, and Bryan, you're so funny.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you. Before we get into Housewives, of which there's really just one city,
Oh, but that city was glorious.
plus a new trailer for OC, which was also glorious. We just want to go through, there's so much happening in the world right now, Bryan.
Yeah.
There's so much news. And we wanted to just go to our favorite news site. Of course, we mean Daily Mail.
Right.
U.S. showbiz.
Where the truth cannot be found.
No, never. Our
love
truth
it.
can be found. I don't know if it's
Definitely.
the truth,
That's
but
right.
our truth can be found. No,
Clearly right-wing publication. It's like all my best gossip does come from the New York Post, which is the worst.
yes.
But the DUI of the Tiger for Tiger, they can still serve it. Like they can still pull something out
They are beautiful. I
page 6 I love.
I love page 6, but I love a hard copy, which I know you get, Casey.
I used to
your
get it to the
doorstep.
door, page 6. Well, the whole thing.
Wow.
I know, but that was when I was living
A different life.
a different life.
There is a pizza parlor in my hood, though, that you can stop by and still grab a New York Post and read the headlines. And I enjoy that. It's right by my therapist's office, so I enjoy
That's
going.
exciting.
Yeah, it's a really nice treat. Before I
Never
do
had a
therapy.
better treatment when I lived in New York. Getting on the subway,
Oh,
a
man.
quarter
Yeah.
would get you the world.
Uh-huh.
Really did.
Yeah, but the Daily Mail is the closest to.
Let's just talk about some things that are happening in the news right now. First of all, we didn't talk about this. I'm just curious, Bryan, your take on this Kathy Griffin
Yeah.
of it all.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, oh God, it's tough because I
Fraught.
get that feeling of
Yes.
wanting that person gone. Like,
Yes.
I don't think in that, and we talked to actually someone on the podcast about it, of just sort of like, that is a natural feeling. However, I don't think what she was doing with that was clever
No.
or interesting or anything. But I also don't think that it should have been a witch hunt at the end of it. And that's, I think, what it turned into, was sort of, this should be over. Who really cares? Who did this hurt? Nobody really. She apologized. I think an apology goes a long way. She did it within a couple hours, and it, was just like, and it wasn't putting it on anyone else. She said, I shouldn't have done it. I feel terribly about this. It's awful. But I don't think it was interesting, clever, or anything.
And I will also say she courted it in the sense that she said, let's get into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm not, again, good or bad, whatever you think, like she wanted a little bit of trouble.
That's right.
I don't think she knew that it would get what it got, and it didn't deserve what it got.
No.
But she had eyes open going into it.
I was angry when it first came out because I'm like, you're making us look so fucking stupid.
Yes.
And they're going to
like,
use
what are
that
you
forever.
doing?
Yeah,
don't do this to us.
Yeah.
It's too far. And I feel like she's such a smart woman. I feel like she should have known that. And then, yes, she apologized, but then that press conference, the whole thing was so, I was like, oh, no.
It just wasn't great for people that have real things to say and that have real problems with, and she does too. We all do. But like, there are more articulate ways to do it.
And I do feel like,
And
I
they
know
are
you guys
being
are saying this
done.
with Trump, but I'm like, I can kind of see why she was fired, like from certain things.
Definitely.
Well, from CNN. Yeah, they are a news organization.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good for them.
I don't think for her that, I know that she's been fired from a ton of stuff. I don't see this lasting longer than the end of the year. In other words, I think this is a really easy bounce back for her. I will say that gay fans really see their people through everything. Britney is an example. Like they really are the ones when people fall
God
that
bless.
stay there through the whole thing. So I don't really feel like she's in.
Her base.
She's not in it for the
because
long
I'm already
haul,
turning,
like
as
that.
you can see.
Her base is fine.
No. Yeah, her base is fine, and it was just a stupid, gross thing to do. And like you said, like it does just give so much like fuel for the wrong side.
And Donald Trump gets to take the upper hand.
Yeah, which
I hate.
Which
Which
just
like,
made
how
me so
dare
sick.
You? How dare you try and take like poor me? Like no, there's no poor.
And because
No.
it was so egregious, the photo was like, yeah, he's going to do it. And now we all have to fucking sit here and make the liberal, the left just look even crazier.
Yeah, the photo was upsetting. I have to say, an image like that, really, no matter who it is never funny.
No.
It was so horrifying.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like, really, you didn't think that through? Like, it was
know.
just too much. Okay, great. Thanks, Brian.
Sure.
I'm
wanted to
trying to
touch
think
down
what
on
else
that.
is in the news, Danielle. I'm looking.
What was exciting for me is Casey sent us a picture today from the Daily Mail about the Kardashian of Khloe, and in it highlighted our doctor.
That's
and
big.
he was front and center, and that was very exciting just to see someone you're associated in the Daily Mail, and again our trusted paper.
There's a gorgeous photo
It's a
of
big deal.
Khloe in a room I've been in with Dr. Andy Huang.
He's a
And-
dream.
oh,
He
he's
gave
a
me my child.
Dream of men. I froze my eggs with him, and I love him to
We
death.
all have little kids or eggs in an apartment in Redondo, and
Chilling by the beach.
all friends of ours, all of our unborn children are
Truly chilling in a storage locker
in
by
Redondo
Redondo.
Beach. So
Is that your closest connection to a Kardashian? Like, is that your 1 degree? I can't think of a
I
Sadly,
think
yes.
that is we've all been in the same room. He's had his hands in both of our vaginas.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty.
yes.
You're like sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
think that is.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like he knows my name, I would like to hope, and he knows her name. Like a lot of mouths haven't uttered both of our names,
Do you get the sense that he no, he sounds like a compassionate person.
Oh,
he's the
Like he doesn't brag on Chloe.
Right.
No.
And you know what? I asked him, I saw him and I said, hey, like, I'm seeing you on the Kardashians. And I was joking with him, like, you're on more programs than I am currently, like doing more acting work. And he's like, I didn't want to do it, but he said, I wanted to do it because I really wanted to raise awareness for fertility struggles. And I felt like if I can do
What a
that for
dream.
women, I was like, God bless, because he really doesn't want to be on TV.
No.
He's very uncomfortable.
I will say though, he's so charming. I think every woman that has gone to him
can
has fallen in love with him.
So nice.
the eggs right out of you.
Yeah, he sure did. When I was hopeless, he gave me hope.
My doctor, who I'm no longer with, but stayed really through the long haul with him. Talk about loyalty with gay people. Was last seen on television in the Anna Nicole Smith murder trial. I did.
Was he accused of it?
He got off.
Okay.
It ended up that nothing was wrong, but I saw him during that whole time, and I was like, God, you must be so stressed. And he was like, you have no idea. It's been awful. But anyway,
he was her just primary physician?
Yeah.
Was he prescribing anything to you?
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
Anything about no. He actually was like, I think maybe because of that, who knows, was like really strict with me on like there were no
kept a lid on the
what was I
candy
trying
jar.
to get? But yeah, there was nothing. I really just went there to be like, I don't know, why do you go to the doctor? I don't know. Something hurts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just a medical checkup, just once over.
My former dentist that Matt McConkey and a bunch of us have all went to, and we've
Me
had
too,
to
right?
beat a swift exit. We got this dentist from Donna.
From Donna,
Yeah.
my writing partner, yeah.
So I was with her, and I'm like, have that thing. I think they were whitening my teeth. It's embarrassing. You know, where your mouth's like open and you can't shut it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, how did your pilot, this was a couple years ago. She's like, how did your pilot go? Did it go forward? And she's standing there with a dental assistant. She's like, did your pilot go forward? And I'm like, yeah, it passed on it. And she goes, ugh, mine too. I'm like, I hate this town.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of our
That's a
doctors
lot.
have, and not because like we saw them on TV, but just like that's where they
Well,
end
she
up.
was on some show on called Smile on like Lifetime, like a dental show. And this woman, gorgeous woman, but I mean, not a barrel of laughs.
No,
very
no.
just nice, normal woman. She
a
goes,
dentist. Lovely.
A
Good at her
dentist.
job. Being a
dent-
dentist.
So shocking.
and I said, I'm like, oh, so you were on that show? And she goes, I mean, I can't believe we got cut out. And she's like, I mean, they said we were hilarious. Like, we were really having fun. I'm like, I don't think you were.
I've been told that too by one Tom Hanks.
I can't ever imagine signing the release for that.
Yeah.
For being in the chair and being like, of course you can use my image while
Me?
you're working on my teeth.
I know.
I would absolutely love it.
I know, and yet here we are in Los Angeles and all of our doctors are, you know.
Seeing if there's any more news of the day, Danielle.
Yeah, I mean, anything.
We talked Wonder Woman. Not too much.
I've just started following Lauren Conrad's Instagram, and I'm really enjoying that. It just has her up here on Daily Mail, and she's, you know, with child.
Well,
and
Lauren's
looking
on the Pregnant of a
gorgeous.
magazine. I've also graced the cover
Oh yeah,
of
Fit Pregnancy, Casey.
Fit Pregnancy.
Congrats.
You know, it's not Vogue.
Are you on there right now?
No, last round.
Okay.
And it's not Vogue, but, you know...
If you and Lauren Conrad can get on the same thing, I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Any other...
Oh, here's something. Kylie Jenner, her new swimsuit line is coming out tomorrow. There's literally a countdown clock, and I have been following it, and I plan on purchasing a bathing suit.
What is
It
she?
looks good, you guys.
How
Like
many
it-
zippers? How many tassels?
Quite a few, depending on which
How
one
many
you
chokers?
get. There's, as many as I need, I guess. But there's one suit that seems to have like, it's like a one piece, but hardly, you know what I mean? Where it's just like a lot of like cutouts and like it's really like half of a piece, really, but it's one piece. But that looks fun. But there's like a camo thing that I'm really into, and it's for a fuller, busty woman, and I used to be one, but not since having child. But I'm excited. Like I'm gonna do this. Like I'm doing this for me.
I read something. I'm going to say that I can't wait for Caitlyn Jenner's book, but that's not actually true. I will never read it. But the Jenners are super pissed because I guess Caitlyn just trashes them in her book.
We have a theory.
Do you know this?
Well,
You know about this.
A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend has told us just a theory. I just want to throw it at you, Brian.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It's
I
amazing.
have been following this to the minute.
Okay. Oh, good.
You know, just what's going on. Kris is so hurt.
Yeah.
Kim read the book. She thought Kris was maybe exaggerating, but she's also very hurt now.
Right.
Courtney, of course, doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
And I was like, I heard the quotes. It didn't seem that bad, but, you know, I'm always on my cuckoo side. But basically, a friend of a friend of a friend said there's a theory that Kris is still managing Caitlyn.
I thought about this.
Really?
Yes.
My mind couldn't even...
I know my mind couldn't comprehend.
Basically, the
this.
theory is that the Kardashians are really kind of playing this
They're all
up
in this together.
To sell the
drum
book.
up book sales.
Totally. That was my second thought.
People that is it really that?
That's what I don't know. I don't know what's real and what isn't. How could someone really be that just, I mean, listen, I live for it. I applaud her if she really does just see dollar signs and like value her own children based on that, and her relationships. But I think it could be true. Because why would you want to be talking about the book at all if it said nasty stuff? Wouldn't the worst thing that book could get is no comment from the Kardashians? Wouldn't that be the worst thing that could happen to that book?
Yeah, like it would be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was a fine read.
It's okay.
But then people would be like, but when you drum up controversy, like he or she said things about me in that book that I can't believe. Of course you're going to go read it.
Totally. I mean, like I said, I had zero intention of reading her book. And like, I might read those, but you read those passages.
Well, in the Daily Mail.
Okay,
I mean,
but I'm sure
excerpts.
But
I'm Caitlyn Dowd, personally.
I am too. And I think like, God damn her. Like, I mean, really, she's just not a great person.
I know we have said that.
Okay, yeah.
Man, woman,
murderous. No. Allegedly.
She's to me, she's also just annoying
and says the wrong thing always, and
never not saying the wrong thing.
Never not saying the wrong thing.
You know, like I don't care who she is, she's just not a lot of fun.
And that's really the amazing part of it.
That's
is like,
the biggest crime.
Truly, like, God, I don't know. She's awful. I won't read the book.
Yeah, but we will read
Excerpts.
Definitely.
But this theory blew my mind, and the fact that you thought it too, it's like I'm out of like I didn't even think, my brain wasn't smart enough to even comprehend that.
Well, ever since Chloe told Barbara Walters, my mom likes the child that's earning the most at that specific time, and like wasn't really joking, I was like, well, there has to be some truth to that.
Wow.
I mean, look, I'll defend Kris till the end.
Sure.
And I'd love her to take a crack at managing me.
Oh,
no kidding.
What I wouldn't give.
That'd be amazing.
What I wouldn't give. I think this, next time Tom Hanks will be begging me to be in this pic if I was with Kris Kardashian, perhaps. You were looking at me like, no, Danielle, that ship has sailed.
Well, guys, let's get into it. Should we talk about the Orange County trailer?
Yes.
Let's take one quick break and we'll get into Housewives.
Now we're back. Now we're going to talk Orange County trailer, which was a feast for the eyes, ears, nose, and throat.
I love that they went with like a Goodfellas structure with like the VO at the beginning and then the prayer VO at the end. It was so just like gangster mob spooky.
And I love that they played with that format, which I haven't seen them do before. Seeing that like just the beach and then hearing the voices, because they don't want to give away everything, but they're like, guys, what we have is fucking good.
Yes.
And normally we hold the best stuff for like the preview that came after tonight's New York, or halfway through, and they're like, we gotta give you a taste.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was hilarious and also despicable, but also I loved it, where as the women were talking at certain points, they interspersed that with the sound of like birds cawing.
Just
like caw, caw. Like women talking,
just hens
like
cackling,
as if they were indistinguishable.
Whoever's mind came up with that, reveal yourself. Like we would love to interview you. You
Honestly.
are amazing,
a genius and a monster.
And they always break the mold on Orange County, because remember, I was thinking of this when watching New York. You know how they do the like little vignettes at the beginning of all the episodes now? Like, here's a peek of what Luann's doing. Here's a peek of what Tinsley's doing. They started that with OC.
Wow, it's like a test tube.
It is.
You pointed out season 12.
Season. I mean, here we
12.
are. We have, it's no longer a child. It's an adolescent.
Yeah.
Also, Lydia's back, which like,
Why?
With fake breasts.
They better have a reason that Lydia's back, because otherwise, what the fuck?
The reason Lydia's back is to link us to our newer housewife. I didn't catch her name.
I think it's Peggy.
What?
Yeah.
That woman's name is Peggy?
It's Peggy.
Because there was another Peggy. There was that blonde
There was the blonde who
Peggy.
dated Jim.
Oh. So her taste was impeccable.
I wouldn't think a woman that was like, I have a lot of wealth, would be named Peggy.
Now, or live there.
Yeah. Did
You
she
know
have
what
an
I
accent?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Okay, I'm
She
just
had, like,
curious.
I will also say there were a couple things that I was shocked by, and Shannon blaming Vicky for her weight gain was just as classic as it got. I can't. I mean, Shannon she has a goal every season to be like, how can I be sadder?
Yeah.
How can I?
And she reaches it.
When she blamed Vicky for her, Casey screamed.
Well, and she like motioned around herself, and then we're seeing her in just a sports bra. It's just, and they put her in like black and white, kind of grainy.
The like Biggest Loser look. That's how they shoot them on The Biggest Loser. Is the sports bra and like that weird CP. And by the way, like,
no one looks good in that.
No, I think they're actually trying to make her look worse than she does.
That's not a good look. I don't care who you are.
Mm-mm.
And honestly, I don't mind the weight on Shannon.
No, me neither. She's beautiful.
I didn't even think about it until she was like, "This is for Vicky." You're like, what?
And then she started just undressed, and it just seemed so unseemly.
Yeah, it was
grainy.
I don't know. I love this show. Also, there was something else I noticed.
And they literally go, she just goes, all I did was want to eat.
Yeah.
Just like, that's all they gave her. So
she still looks great, though.
Amazing. That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have noticed had everyone been so vocal.
I don't think we've had a storyline that's just simply like, I'm fat.
No. And by the way, because very few could pull it off, and I think Shannon can.
Yeah.
Like that's a really thin storyline, but she'll be able to.
She'll make
something
not
that thin. It's not that thin.
That's true.
It's actually pretty thick.
The other thing that pisses me off is like I'm so upset. We're never gonna see Heather's house. And that pisses me off. Do you think we will?
In something that Heather has produced.
Okay.
Like, we've already been in her closet. We've already seen her Champs, like, elevator. Like,
yeah.
Like, we are getting taste of it, but they will be filtered through Heather's own
Heather's
website.
world.
Because I didn't really care if she came back or not, but I did want a really good look at that.
Me too.
Yes,
You're
we
right.
all do. I think there'll be a YouTube channel that'll give us all we need.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. But I wanted it.
It'll be a full series on that house.
But I wanted it the way I wanted it, which is,
through others' eyes,
through the lens of the housewives.
The quick swoop through the house.
Yeah, I don't want her to produce it. I want somebody else to produce my look at her house, because I want to see it in its true form,
in its glory.
Yeah, lit and
not as she wants me to see it. I want to see it as Bravo wants me to see it.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
There was also Kelly's back. Kelly Dodd, an unhinged woman / animal
who just seems even more unhinged this season, if that's possible. Longer hair and a heavier breast. Although she went through, it seems, a surgery, but it felt just as heavy. Her breast.
She has what is called. Yeah, she has a bosom.
Yeah.
Like my grandma would, like, you have to go to like a Russian woman in the back of like New York City to get your brassieres. And I said brassiere on purpose because a woman like that doesn't wear a bra.
She was a full brassiere. She was a contraption.
Yeah.
I do love Kelly because I do. Her insults are so terrible and they're so base, and like she's like, just shut up, stupid. Or like, oh, you're so ugly. Like it's like how a child.
Yeah, she's like, shut up, that bitch. It's like, oh my god.
There's no thought. There's no thought. It's just like the first thing that pops into her mouth, not even her brain.
I'm doing her face, but she's always like.
She
like smiling, mouth open, just like
Totally.
And I feel like then we were treated to an accident where someone is on a gurney, and then they showed like water like crashing onto rocks on the beach. And I'm like, someone is going to the hospital again?
Oh, yeah. And you asked, you were like, who is that on that gurney?
But they all seem to be being in prayer outside of the room.
That is how truly interchangeable the Orange County housewives are, is it could be. They gave us a look at who it was on the gurney.
I mean, it was
could have
like
been any of them.
Yeah. It could have been like it could have been Gretchen Christine Butte. Like, I don't know who.
I don't think it was Vicky. You're right. It was probably like someone not related.
Last year when they were in Glamis and she got the neck brace, like, we knew it was Vicky.
Definitely.
There was no doubt of who turned over in that dune buggy.
This trailer was Vicky light. There wasn't too much of her, which I can't imagine will be the case in the series, but
yeah, she had like one line where she was like, if you say something, I'm gonna go maniac on you or something crazy. But
it's like, yeah, we know, Vicky.
The other thing that I watched this trailer like 3 times today, so I noticed one other thing that was shocking is, you know that scene where the women are all in drag and they look like Brett Michaels?
Like, yes. I don't know. I got so annoyed at that scene.
They're all in that sort of those kid rock outfits, except Lydia, who's literally dressed like Charlie Chaplin. And it's only in one shot, and she's walking behind him, and she's wearing an oversized suit with a mustache and a top hat and cane. And no one else is dressed like that. And I literally,
they're going like a
I couldn't
biker.
believe it.
I'm like, what is this party? Although I applaud them for broadening out their themes.
Yeah,
Totally.
but what it feels like is like Lydia just didn't get the theme or something. Like for them all to be dressed one way and then Lydia to be like so extremely
extremely different.
I feel like Tamara is going to fall away this season.
I hope so.
You mean just
I
like
just feel like it might be her last.
about the religion thing, maybe?
I don't know. Just like you didn't really see her causing a stir.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She shouted one thing like, "You're a bitch." I mean, there was a lot of
There was a lot of "you're a bitch" or
Yeah.
"fucking bitch."
Yeah.
That's Kelly Dodd's influence.
I know. She's really brought this show to a new low that I'm appreciating.
I'm kind of wondering if Vicky and Tamara are back in good graces now, because it seems like Vicky and Kelly were like wearing matching shirts. And we'll see. I think Vicky's going to be a little bit like Team Religion, like Team Peggy, Team Lydia.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
Tamara
that's
is.
why
I'm
they
sorry.
brought in Lydia, though, was for Vicky to have some ally because she had.
I don't think Vicky, because I'm hearing that she's going to be allies with Tamara because of
God.
Because of their fourth ally, God.
because of the other person in that little triumvirate.
And then there's, you know who's back too.
Ew.
Oh, what's her name? Megan King. Edmonds.
She's like, "Mother, it's hard." It's like, yeah, no fucking duh.
Danielle and
Megan.
I scream at the screen like, not so fun, is it, Megan? Like, why are we so
Why are we
nasty?
so angry with them?
So angry.
But someone did tell us, I feel like this weekend in Chicago, something we did not want to hear, which was that Jim Edmonds is a wonderful father. Casey and I were literally like, "Shut your mouth."
That one landed with a
Is
thud.
that really?
Yeah, I just can't believe it, and I don't want to believe it.
No, especially because now he is officially comfortable with being a dick on camera. Like,
Yeah.
he signs up for this every year. He's nasty in the 2 seconds you see him. Do you know what I mean? He's just
Except
like,
for
do I
his
look attractive?
candles.
No, you're disgusting.
Except for his candles, which he
candles.
treats very lovingly.
That is like that is a wrinkle in his butt. I don't know, but it is interesting.
His candle shop?
It is totally. There could be a deep dive there of what is happening with him.
Yeah,
I
what's
know.
going on with
What's
him?
going- Someone said that candle shop was successful and that it is now, it has like 2.
Yeah, there's one in Chicago, we heard.
Yeah. But they're
Wow.
a chain.
Yep.
Well,
So there you go.
Good luck.
Great.
Good luck, Jim, and your candles.
Guys, let's get into New York.
okay.
Brian, what are your thoughts? You enlighten us. We need to hear from you.
Okay, I do want to say quickly, first of all, this is about Luann and Tom, that my friend, do you guys know Michelle Collins?
I know of her.
She's a comedian. Okay.
Yeah.
Her mom, so Tom's name is Tom D'Agostino, and her mom keeps accidentally, not to be a joke, keeps saying Tom Gristides. And I just,
Which, let me just
it's
tell
her
her.
joke, and it's not even a joke. Her mother says this, but I had to get it out.
For people that don't know, in New York City, there are 2 grocery store chains, and one of them is Gristides, and one of them is D'Agostino.
Yeah, she calls him Tom Gristides, and also I guess thought that he was of the D'Agostino or that he was the grocery.
We asked that question. I
Did
said,
you?
"Is he?" We have posed that on our podcast, which is like, "Is he of the New York D'Agostinos?" Like,
Yeah.
as if that's some, some huge
Right.
family.
Tom
or
Gristides,
something.
and I love that she's also referring to him by, both names.
Yeah.
Enough that it's made an impression.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
I love that.
Tom Gristides is who he is from here on
From
out.
here, Gristides.
Luann, when she came down in that little skimpy, sad outfit in the Berkshires that a 16-year-old would wear when they were getting married,
It's
with
like
like bedazzled.
Miss- like
it should have
Mrs.
said Mrs. Gristides to be.
And no one laughed or thought it was cute.
Everyone
She was just
was so
standing there in that
annoyed.
Well,
shirt.
because everyone was more shocked to see Tinsley sick as a dog, channeling Tanya Harding, wearing like gold chains in the morning, and then seeing Sonia having borrowed Dorinda's late husband's gift to her.
It's like that she had gotten out of some sort of like
Storage
John,
situation.
Madame Paulette packaging.
Sonia wearing
Like one does for their wedding dress, where
Yeah.
it's like sealed and no oxygen is in it.
pretty sexy lingerie
was-
to borrow, rummage around in your friends like closet and pull out their old
That's the
lingerie.
type of thing that happens
house.
when you fall asleep sitting straight up in the middle of a dining room and had to be led to your bedroom.
Well, here's my theory, and I think it's truth at this point. It's a fact. Sonia has been told by the producers, don't drink on camera. The minute those cameras went off, she got so fucking shit-faced that Dorinda found her drunkenly asleep sitting up.
Yeah, that is... I don't even know what I would do if I walked in and saw that sight. And also, by the way, Tinsley is calling her Sonia, which is also brand new.
Yeah.
That they can't, I don't know how they can't get it right. She has literally said on reunions, this is how you say my name.
Yeah,
and
but everyone, well, we've decided it's Sonia too.
Sonia.
We've all bought into this Sonia, much to Sonia's
it's so crazy.
Dismay.
And it's, you know, and by the way, I think she keeps getting better and better. And I thought it was because of sobriety, but a sober person does not fall asleep sitting
standing
like
up. I mean,
That's
sitting
insane.
up. I
Yeah.
mean, how does
Dorinda
one?
thought she'd had a heart attack.
She said to herself, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead.
And she's like, she looks so beautiful just sitting up asleep.
That's why she
Did Dorinda check? I guess she checked.
She did because she said that she walked her upstairs and she kept kissing her all the way up.
She kept kissing
Yeah.
her? I missed
Yeah,
that.
like just giving her kisses all the way up.
Who gave who kisses?
Who do you think? Sonia was kissing Dorinda.
I just, in my mind, I was like, why was Dorinda was kissing her to keep her alive?
No.
I do hope that Sonia just said, I'm going to kiss you all the way up the stairs. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, seeing Sonia in
such a
that
horrible-
tangerine dream of a...
She looked terrific. It was ill-fitting.
It
Like
was
you could tell
ill-fitting.
it was not for her.
No.
It was for a woman with a smaller rib cage, and I thought that was apparent.
I also have to say, for the New York Housewives, I think it's so awesome and wonderful that like no one on there has a glam squad. Like they're just fully like, no, I'm not wearing any makeup. I don't feel like it. Like, yeah, I'm wearing a sweater and leggings. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and they really, whereas like Beverly Hills, it's so different.
Oh, they
and I
wouldn't be
love
caught
that.
dead.
Yeah. They let it all hang out.
Oh, they really
do.
Sonia
I was
looks
pretty-
beautiful. Like
She's beautiful.
even with no makeup, even like trashed and newly fucked in the ass, like she still looks
Keeps it together.
stunning.
Guys, I found Ramona to be, and I know we've seen her in every way, shape, or form over the years, the most monstrous she's been.
Oh,
the
for
light
sure.
fixtures
The
that
fact that
she
she
ripped
tore
off
out
the wall.
sconces from an established home,
A friend's home.
Like I don't have the strength in me.
I don't either.
To do that.
Like Dorinda for sure needs to simplify the house. That's like the question.
what you got.
But that was not her, Ramona. It was.
Yeah, that's also
That's what
true.
there are a lot of truths, but the way that it was gone about was not the right way.
It would have been amazing if Ramona was like, it's just too much. Like you need to take a few things out.
Now,
but
I
that is crazy behavior.
Pulled wall sconces out of the wall when I was in high school. My parents wouldn't let me go out, and there were these two wall sconces that were level to each other in the hallway on both sides, and I just grabbed them both like Gal Gadot and pulled them out so hard. They were brass that I ripped and ripped and ripped, and they came out of the wall with wires just dangling out of them. And my parents were like, "What?" It was like the Hulk.
And you were like, rage.
You have said
yeah.
that you have anger inside you.
Yes.
And knowing this about you, and then also knowing Ramona, you have Ramona anger in you.
I do.
That's
Because
astounding.
I thought with Ramona, I was like, maybe this is like a Adderall, who knows, mixing
It
things.
is.
yeah,
It's
there's something going on
Yeah.
with that because she acted insane in a way that I've never seen Ramona that way.
I do love when Ramona does that thing where she comes up with a phrase, usually terrible, like the one tonight.
Yeah.
Bitchy witch or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
bitchy witch. I came up with bitchy witch. Bitchy witch. Bitchy witch. I'm calling her bitchy witch.
And always just immediately high fives herself. Like everything. I love when Ramona says something, basically high fives herself,
Like
and then
when
dies laughing.
She
At
said
the
cruel Ella DeVille. She was like, loving
It's
that
like-
one.
And it's like, no, that's
why
what
she's-
that's why Cruella DeVille is Cruella DeVille. Like you didn't come up with that. That's not
Right.
You're not. It's not a play on words.
Guys,
It's
Disney
I
knew that
just
cruel-
realized that.
Yes.
I thought it was Crew Ella. Okay. And I was like, that's clever of Ramona.
and for Mr. Walt Disney.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're learning so much. Ramona was absolutely, I mean, and then the next morning I love it. She's like, I don't even remember what I said, but I was nasty. I had a loose tongue.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that Ramona does take girls' weekends very personally. Like, if something goes wrong or she's accused of being a bad girlfriend, I feel like that is a real weak spot for her.
Well, she said that's how I wear on my.
I love people. I love people.
Yeah.
It's like, do you?
And then she says, normally I take the high road, but I poked back because, and then she tries to say to Dorinda, she goes, because she tried to slander you and John. And Dorinda goes, you partook in that.
Dorinda's was just like
At points, she's saying she was defending Sonia.
Yeah.
She was defending Dorinda.
had a million excuses.
The way she went after Bethany was so scary.
It was scary.
I think they're absolutely right. She was so jealous, so angry. And I have that chip on my shoulder a little bit of like people with trust funds or kids, people who don't have to work. It eats away. I mean, I know it's not right. And it is kind of simmering sometimes, but I would never. I probably would actually.
has worked. Bethany has worked for
Of course, but it was so insane. And like that had nothing to do with the fight they were even having.
And then she said, I had Pinot Grigio first. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Bethany had Skinny Girl before Ramona Pinot Grigio even hit
and
the
is Ramona
store.
Pinot Grigio even still in the market?
I don't know. Did you ever have it?
Yes.
It wasn't great.
No.
But I didn't know that it was. It actually did seem kind of successful. Like I would see it in liquor stores, but I haven't seen it in years.
Okay.
No, it hasn't made the. It has.
I feel like you two would know.
I don't. Well, we haven't seen it lately. Like I haven't seen it lately.
I know.
About a year and a half ago, and it wasn't easy to get. You did serve it at Thanksgiving
By accident.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it.
Someone put it out, and I was horrified to be seeing people like drinking the last drop. So I was like, oh God. Not that I'm like know anything about wine, but I was just a little like people think I've gotten so into the housewives now that I'm genuinely
At
serving.
the big family meal you're serving, and for our last wine, Ramona Pinot Grigio.
Like I like watching the shows, but I'm not that invested.
I also thought it was super crazy that I didn't I shouldn't say it was crazy. I didn't understand why people's clothes were in Dorinda's house.
Yeah, what were the
was
racks
happening?
of clothing? We were all trying to get our heads around
That
Why does she
little-
have
those
those
racks.
dresses?
That little mini scene where Dorinda seemed to be back in New York, right?
Yes.
Yes, and then it just had everyone's clothes there.
My theory is that that sometimes John has to put the layover Madame Paulette dry cleaning like in an extra spot, like the not enough room in the store.
And then she
Or
was
it
like
was- yes.
cleaning with a squeegee bottle at one point and then railing in testimonial, but they never gave us like a headline of like, why, where are we?
And what's happening? And it did feel like, and I think I said this to you guys earlier, it felt like the dumping ground for Dress for Success. They talk about it all the time. We've never actually seen where it goes, and it might all just be Dorinda's house.
Dorinda's house. I feel like this was kind of a sloppy episode. It was just like, okay, we're going to finish off a fun fight that everybody loves. And then we're out of the Berkshires. And then we're just kind of, when we're seeing Carol's naked body, her body of work.
Yeah. Also, we're seeing Tinsley like have it going over to her house to like look at an apartment, and also have Adam's sexy salad, which a sexy salad.
salad.
I felt the length of the show during the sexy salad. And
Well,
watching
we all
Adam
did.
photograph a salad in a window.
I will say the two of them, Adam and Carol, look exactly alike now, which happens, I guess, in relationships.
Yeah.
And also that I think Carol's couch with the cushions reversed looks great.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
I didn't when she reversed them. And in the shots tonight, I thought like,
She reversed them because of all the
it
babies.
was. Because
It's
of the
grown on
rips.
you.
Because of the rips from the many cats named Baby in her
Yeah.
apartment.
It's grown on you.
It has. And I thought like, I bet I wouldn't if I didn't know this woman. And I don't. If I really didn't know her and I walked in, I would think like, I
looks bad. It looks
wouldn't acknowledge it.
I'm also like, I lived in New York in many apartment buildings. I didn't know one person. How is Carol like getting her tits painted by one woman, sharing cats with two other guys?
Yeah, she seems to have it. Well, she is the mayor of her building, or what is it? Something.
Do you think in really
Political
expensive
figure, condo
places-
board, something.
Yeah, she's like the
Head of the
president.
co-op.
Yeah.
You guys, how would Tinsley have any money to be able to afford that building? How does she have any
Love
money
to
in
get
general?
to the bottom of her financial situation.
Yeah. You are very concerned about her. In a very real way, too.
In a real way. Like, I know what it is to live in New York City.
Yeah.
I know what it is to find even the meagerest of apartment in Manhattan, let alone the Upper East Side. Like, I have great concerns. I have
Does she
worries.
come... Her mother, who was, by the way, Naomi Judd.
Yeah.
Like, full stop.
Yes, you said the same
Did you really?
Dale.
Yeah,
Dale.
Dale.
Oh, a 50-year-old man is sexy.
Is she... Are they, like... I mean, she went to school with Topper, so...
I know. I
must have
believe
some
there's
money.
money, but I don't know if there's like
Real money.
real money.
Tinsley doesn't tickle at my heartstrings. if that, she just doesn't. Like, I don't feel there's any, she's very vanilla to me, so I just don't feel there's anything. I feel for her a little, but I'm like, there's nothing really that unique about her. And then when she genuinely said to Carol Radswell, who's kind of like a cool woman about the world, she's like, I can't move here because, like, how would I get to my blowout bar? How would I get a blowout? I was like, this person isn't for me. Like, her concerns are elsewhere for me. And she needs to stop with those curls aren't working. So I urge her to move further from that blowout bar.
I agree.
Keep
Find
going.
a dry bar downtown. I really think you would do yourself.
And do a straight, which she's doing in Testimonial.
Do you think she has what it takes to be on next season?
No.
You know what? I did until tonight when I feel like
To go to bed sick in the biggest night of the
know.
season. What a rookie move.
It's true.
When I have been sick, I have done theater. I have done.
Thank you.
Like you rise to the occasion.
You show
Nothing
up.
stops you.
It's the
I don't
first
care
rule.
if you're vomiting and shitting in the shower. Like this.
When she was like, oh, I slept through it all, I was like, sweetie, and you lost your spot.
Yeah, you need to be there, or it's like you never were.
Yeah. Also, I feel like when Sonia wins a fight against somebody, that means that you fucked up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't ever have, like, for Sonia to win a fight means you must be really off your game or very weak or, because Sonia's not a very good fighter.
Are they setting them into this storyline, her and Sonia? They are, right? Because it's the first time I've really felt the seams. Like, I see the woodwork, or I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I feel the producers being like, okay, so your guys' thing is that Sonia's getting tired of living with, like, it doesn't feel
real.
The two of them should be like the ancillary players, and they can't carry a storyline together.
You're right.
No, you're
Good
right.
point.
Wow.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
No, that was really.
And then
astute.
we were treated to Jill Zarin in a sad lunchroom.
I know I've said that I've missed Jill, and I know I've said that she is someone that belongs on this show. Seeing her tonight, guys, I was wrong. She is a drag of energy. She is a suck of a good time. I
don't know that many good times were happening at that
room, that restaurant,
funeral
that
home,
that barren
midnight lunch.
It looks like the back of a bowling alley, like a party room for a child. Like it was,
did.
And
so
everyone was in
dark.
red and black, like very 90s or something.
Yes.
It just felt
It was like a courtyard Marriott ballroom.
Yeah,
like
it
just sent a
windowless.
shiver up my spine.
Yeah, and then them coming in like it was some party. It was so dull and so sad.
And immediately Jill was like, she didn't invite me there, and I didn't invite her there. I was like, oh.
I have to say, I thought the same thing. I thought Jill. I always thought the show would be better with her. And after tonight, no way. It was so intense.
It's like you remember an ex for like, oh, I miss them. Like they were good. And then you go out and you see them again. You're like, oh no, I know why we broke up now. That's
and it
what
does
was.
make me feel trust in our leaders.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Like,
know
They took her out for a reason.
they're guiding us correctly, and we shouldn't not trust them. Like we have to trust their judgment. They know what they're doing. So Lydia, okay, bring it.
Right.
All right. I will say I do feel badly for Jill in that what was her night before? What was happening with her night before in terms of what this lunch meant to her, what it was going to be,
she
what it
prepared.
could be.
So true, Brian.
A listener even sent, I guess, what was something that was sent by her people. Like and she's back with like a picture of her, like, and the Real Housewives. Like they have been gearing up for this appearance.
Right.
Like she hired the publicist. Like everything has been heading towards this.
And I
appearance.
feel it was like such a short scene.
And without Bethany. Like,
And honestly, the star of the scene was Tom. It was the first time we saw Tom Gristedes in his full glory.
Really.
And God, Tom is sort of a sad guy. I mean, he's like, I like Ramona. She's nice. I'm like, what? This woman is calling up your old friends across country to try to discredit your marriage. And he's like, yeah, she's nice. Because I feel like Tom, he can't afford to like say anything bad about anyone because everyone's got so much stuff on him.
yeah, that was rough. His like 2-minute monologue at that lunch dinner.
And Luann's like, he's such a gentleman.
oh yeah, which is like it was like he's the opposite of that. To say that with no irony.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm really warming up to Tom.
You want to know? I think I am too.
Guys,
something,
no.
Something happened to me tonight that I was
Yes!
like, maybe
What?
it's Luann.
I was like, Tom's cute and he seems fun and laid back.
Brian,
and like, nice.
Casey.
Tonight was the first time that I was like, I would kiss him.
Yes.
And I've never felt that
No.
before. I've
Didn't he
never thought he was
seem
remotely attractive.
So he seems youthful and kind of like
sweet.
Guys.
And so much is happening. He's taking so many knocks and he's like, oh.
Guys, he's
Carrying
taking
the
knocks
bag.
because he is a habitual cheater.
And I like his blazer.
You guys, are you even scaring
And
me.
where
Am I
is
here?
that? And by the way, it is like,
Am I a ghost?
where is that confidence coming from? That like, because he isn't.
It's not
really
from his
attractive.
grocery store chain.
No, and he's not. Like,
Both of them, both the D'Agostinos and the Christinis.
I'm going to say this. I think Tom is striking. Like,
What? Now, Brian, you've gone too far.
Guys,
I think there is something about him that you're like, oh no, never. And then you're
with
like,
was it those
interesting.
tiny little legs that were
It's like-
running throughout the streets of New
It
York?
is
when
like
we-
the penguin features. It is like the Danny DeVito. Like it is. There's something about him that is sort of, I think I would.
What?
I would too. And I bet he's a
Casey.
great kisser.
Guys, don't let's harken back just to this tonight's episode.
Guys, why do I care if Tom is cheating on Luann and she's fine with it? Is he so bad?
Yes, yes, guys, because it's just who he is.
But if they're both fine with it, Danielle, what do
they're
you
getting
care?
married. Why go through
You're
this
no better than Ramona Witch Hunt.
I'm not witch hunting anyone. I'm not calling anyone. I'm just calling out what I see. I'm just calling out the information that's in front of me. I'm not looking for more information. I'm not asking for it. But what has gotten into my eyes is he's a bad guy that he
Danielle,
continues to do it and
just be happy for
embarrass.
them.
Why am I the bad guy
I would
here?
honestly pick Tom over Mauricio. Like
What?
I think I might.
What?
I know.
less pressure.
Guys, Mauricio, I'm not going to get Mauricio. Tom, I've got a real shot with.
Bathing
shot.
no,
Totally.
have
So
faith
do
in
you. We
yourself.
both have a
Anyone
shot.
has a shot with Tom. This is like the Ian
That's what
Ziering
I
and
like
Luke
about
talking,
Tom.
Casey.
That's what I like about Tom. He's an open door.
Wait, is Ziering Ziering? Are you the most attracted to him?
Well, because I knew I thought I could
By
get
the
him.
way, me too.
Guys,
I've always liked him the most.
And I
And
know
this is
my-
explaining a lot. At least I was Jason Priestley. I was like, okay, I'm not going for Luke Perry. I know I can't swim in those waters, but like Jason Priestley, he's a nice guy. Like I can do this. Like
Right.
I might not be his first choice, but I'm not. But I'm in. I'm in it. Like I can still be with.
Throw
him.
on your Kylie
Yeah,
bathing suit.
exactly. Throw on my Kylie bathing suit and give it a try. Like you guys aren't even like meeting your potential, and I'm sad for you.
I think
I mean, you're not wrong.
I think we are going to hear from our listeners that people are coming around on Tom.
I hope so.
Casey, I don't want to bring this up, but I feel the need to.
Okay, go ahead.
You once said you had a crush and you thought he was sexy and was a good guy. Jules' husband.
Oh.
You cannot be
that's-
That was like the first
Not great.
episode, Brian.
No.
It was
You
the first
cannot be
episode.
trusted.
Okay, you're right. Look,
great.
I my taste is all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like,
There was something about him tonight, though, that I liked.
me too.
He has some blue eyes, and I see that you guys got lost in them. And I guess in a world where you're looking at like Bobby Zarin,
Yeah.
he looks like an attractive option. But I'm telling you, you guys are wrong. And to say that he's better than Mauricio, I guess in the world where you're like, I have a chance with him, but I think you guys have a chance with Mauricio and give yourselves that.
Maybe I also think it's attractive that Tom is clearly, and I feel like this is more and more rare, especially among really rich dudes. He's clearly attracted to women his own age. Like all the women that he's kissed.
Tom's
have
confident.
Been, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hearing that.
He's taking on that one hell of a woman.
And
He
it's sad
likes
that that's
a
an
handsome
attribute.
woman.
But
He likes a handsome woman,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. Like he is going to be in the Sigourney.
That's why
Weaver.
Brian and I both have a shot.
that's right.
Neither of you are.
In the Sigourney Weaver. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say,
Guys.
at the art show, I just want to point out that I thought it was very odd. Dorinda has a little thing with Carol where I feel like she sometimes likes to undermine her just a little bit. She's jealous that she's closer with Bethany or something, but I thought it was very weird in front of Adam when she's like, Carol, I think they made your boobs bigger. It's like this woman with so few summers left is putting her breasts out there.
Getting less and less, guys. We are on another summer. Like we are getting closer and closer to.
I think
her
we have
having
2
zero
left.
summers left.
It's true.
Every summer that passes, I have concerns.
yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird. It was a small moment.
Yeah,
Nothing
no, I
much.
didn't love it. I remember, like when she was just like, yeah, it is just like a tiny little cut, but it's felt.
I mean, talk about someone with just boiling on over at all times. Dorinda, I mean, one drink and she gets like a maniac.
I would love
So-
to see like Kate Blanchett take on Dorinda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's so much, and in the upcoming episodes, what is happening with Dorinda, guys?
Oh, she gets a little. I like to
a
see.
little drunk, Danielle. She was like,
And I love that now they get up and like dance and imitate her when she does that, as if it's funny.
I know, as if it's not a real
horrifying.
problem and
Yeah.
it's not upsetting, and if she's not drinking to cover pain.
Yeah.
and I'll say, whoever had the idea of like, yes, Bethany, you're working with tequila now. Let's throw it all together with the housewives. It's a genius as well. Like even Carol, it seems like is going to let loose for once.
Yeah.
I mean,
Luann.
granted, Carol's letting loose is like making a scene when she's wearing a hard hat in a photo.
Yes.
But
Carol never is she doesn't go there, which, that's okay.
just like Heather, gotta go there, guys. Gotta
Yeah,
go there.
if you
You're
wanna keep your
gone. If you want to
place.
go, get gone.
Luann in that fall. That was, and then Ramona just was the glass going, you should have gone the other way. That's how she reacted when someone fell 30 feet off a ledge.
Luann went down.
How did she get back up? I mean, that was a high fall.
Guys, and I feel bad saying this. Like she fell, and she's an elder woman. Like
That's
she's not
exactly.
a young.
That had to hurt.
And to fall on it looked like a hard, sort of Mexican tile. Like that was.
It was concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was no small thing, and I have never laughed so hard.
Oh my God, that she was just like, whoa. And then I got back up.
And I love how they also just provide mystery with who's yelling at who.
Yes, you never know. You never know.
Is it Dorinda and Bethany that were really getting into it? It appeared. And did Ramona and Bethany seem to kind of come to something?
Wait, we scooted over the fact that when Dorinda confronted Ramona about her pulling out the sconces on the wall, Ramona just changed the subject.
She goes, I don't know what's wrong with Bethany. It just moved right on.
Sorry, but I just didn't want to.
It is animal behavior. I mean, it is like hulking. You know what I mean? Like full
like
just
she can't
rage.
control her.
Really quick while we're here, before we go, if she's tweeting anything, like, is she humiliated? I feel like Avery must be humiliated
I don't
by
think
her
Ramona
tonight.
gets humiliated,
I don't know. She knew she did wrong the next day. It was so bad.
but not in any verbal cues. Like she doesn't say.
Okay, here's what Ramona has weighed in with.
Ooh.
1 hour ago. Hashtag breakdown. Hashtag breakthrough. She writes, sometimes it takes an overwhelming breakdown to have an undeniable breakthrough. She's the best.
But what is she saying? What does that mean?
She's like, yeah, I had to go there to get through to the other side.
I had to tear off the light fixtures to get to what I needed to get to.
Just like I had to take someone down. And then she promotes a show, Get Ready to Rumble, going to another monumental, which she has put in a hashtag monumental episode tonight, Berkshires. It's like, you behaved so terribly.
Ramona will hashtag anything.
Yeah.
She's like, hashtag hands, hashtag eyes, hashtag feet.
She's doing the work. She's a hard worker.
She's just like, what is this hashtag? Like, we're not.
No one else is doing
Yeah,
this.
like this is a hashtag that doesn't mean
Yeah, I'm
anything.
looking at other things. It's like hashtag frustrated, hashtag not. And
Yeah,
she said, everyone thinks they're always right. Hashtag not. Hashtag the apologizer.
Like, no one's looking up hashtag not and like, oh,
No.
I'm going to find what this.
This is what I was looking for. No, Ramona's the kind of person who says, like, you have to, what do you do with lemons? You make lemonade. And she says that and thinks she did that.
Yeah,
Do you know
exactly.
what I mean? She's like, no, I just said that though.
Yeah, like
So, it's true.
I invented lemonade.
Yeah.
Like, no, Ramona.
Yeah, at one point she's like, she tried to say put that in your pipe and smoke it. And she's like, so put that in and smoke it. It was even weirder than that. It was like,
she's always coming up with a new way to say an old
oh,
phrase,
she was like, smoke
trademark.
that in
Yeah.
your pipe.
Yeah, it was just
Like, oh.
Do you think Avery has just let it go a little? And by that, she looks great. Didn't mean that. By that, I meant, like, do you think that, like, when you've encouraged your mother to, because Avery seems like a very level-headed person.
I think she's tried.
Yeah,
but I
maybe
think
what
she's
can you
just
do?
like,
I think your moms and your dads and your relatives are who they are.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
she has come to accept it in one way or another.
all this, like, I'm self-made, all that anger, and you had sex on a waterbed. It was really nasty.
It was nasty and it was untrue and it made no sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, she did this, like,
She was on something.
this kind of, like, I don't even know. It wasn't even a porn. It was
But,
like a.
Bethany
She
had
was topless in a
and it's like,
terrible,
who
like,
cares? Bethany had
cares?
zero problem with it. What did Ramona care?
She's like, you're not calling me out on anything that hurts me or scares me, or like you're just showing that you're an asshole. That's all you're doing.
That's all that's
Can
happened
you
to
imagine just looking at someone and calling them a bitch over and over again? It's so someone at the gym yelled at me one time because I was taking too long in the shower, and I wasn't. I was only in there 2 minutes. And she was screaming at me, "You're fucking selfish, you're fucking selfish, you're fucking selfish," screaming me through the door.
Wait, is this a co-ed shower situation?
It was like one shower stall and like one toilet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was all like in one room together.
Yeah.
But they had like 3 of them there.
Yeah.
Just screaming screaming at me.
Oh my God.
I know. And I complained about it. They ended up kicking her out.
Really?
Which I did not ask for.
But she probably had some other...
Yeah. Oh, the whole point of that, though, was like, you first think it's your fault. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 'Cause you're
course.
like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I was like, no, it was only 2 minutes. And then I went in my car and fully cried. Because I've never been spoken to like that. I don't know how Bethany keeps it together.
I know. All these women, they're constantly being called like whores and cunts and bitches.
Yeah.
And then they just wake up the next morning and go back at their day.
The best was when Bethany was like, I'm leaving, and she started to walk out. And Ramona's sitting on the stairs. She goes, I think we'll make it through this. She's like, we'll get past this. And Bethany's like, no, like.
Even if I have like a strange moment with someone where someone just like gives me a look, I'm like destroyed.
Yeah.
Me too.
And so for these women to attack each other so personally, like going for the deepest wound, and then to come back, like not even just with each other, but in their lives, walking around the next day is like shocking to me.
Yeah. Wow, guys.
What an
Brian,
episode.
Thank you so much.
Brian, thank you.
I had a great time.
We got to a lot.
We did. We
covered a lot of ground.
Dad, we always do with you. I feel like you crack us wide open.
Yes, you really do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bryan Safi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, April Mouton. Thank you, Luce. Thank you, July. Everyone at Earwolf.
Yes. Real quick, just a reminder, we're having our last LA show for a while.
For a long while.
On June 22nd at Largo with a very special guest, Jessica St. Clair, who is beloved and hilarious. So we're very excited to have her. So get your tickets.
It's going to be a great show. And next weekend, Danielle and I are in Seattle and Portland.
Yes.
Grab tickets to that if you can, if you live in those areas. It's
we have
going
some
to be
special, really funny things for the show that we're very excited. They're only in our live shows. So we're excited for you to come on by. And Brian, can we plug anything for you?
Oh, Aaron and I have a tour documentary that comes out Thursday, or maybe it's already out. It was really fun. It was stuff of our live shows and also a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. It was directed by Michael Blyden, and it was really fun, and it's very funny. And it's like 70 minutes.
I watched excerpts just on your Instagrams, and they were so funny.
Oh,
like,
good.
Guys, I'm seriously going to buy this movie because
it's on Vimeo for $2.99, and it's just Vimeo.com/on-demand.
If you even need a preview, just go into Brian or Aaron's Instagram, because the clips are so funny. Like, I'm laughing.
Yeah,
so
really
everyone,
where
please.
can they get it again?
You can go to throwingshade.com and it'll take you there, but you can go to Vimeo.com/on-demand/throwingshade. It's $2.99. And it's well worth it.
I believe that. Every penny.
It was very fun.
Oh, thank you so much, Brian.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
I'm Stephen Dubner, host of Freakonomics Radio and also of a new podcast called Tell Me Something I Don't Know. It is live journalism wrapped in a game show with super smart contestants, celebrity panelists, and a live fact checker. Our first 2 seasons got 8 million listens, and now we are back with a third. You never know what you're going to learn.
Instead of taking the old kidneys out, a surgeon will opt to leave the new kidneys in, and they'll just keep adding them in, as many as they can fit.
Turns out that the term 3 sheets to the wind is actually a miller's term. It comes from windmills, which are supposed to have 4 sails or 4 sheets. And if the miller forgets one of them, the windmill starts shaking and stumbling like a drunk person.
I did not know that. Subscribe to Tell Me Something I Don't Know on Stitcher or wherever you get your podcasts. You can catch up on our first 2 seasons, and don't you dare miss season 3. Thanks.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.